Coming up on Football Tonight, it's a crosstown showdown. Benton visiting the Fighting Irish. Can the Cardinals snap a 6-game losing streak to Lafayette? Plus, a MEC battle in Maryville tonight. The Spoofhounds hosting the Chillicothe Hornets. And another top 10 matchup in 8-man football. Bishop LeBlond visits Worth County. Highlights from these games and much more coming up on Football Tonight. Welcome into week 3 of Football Tonight. I'm Mitchell Riverall, joined by Chris Roush as usual. Chris, we're already 3 weeks in.
Yeah, it's hard to believe we're already kind of the, third way point, if that's even a real word, of the season. 3 weeks done for Missouri, 2 weeks done for Kansas. Some pretty good games this week, some wild scores. We'll get to those in a little bit. But we got to start here in the city. The Crosstown Showdown this week. Let's go up to the north end for this one. Right into it on the north side. Benton visiting Lafayette. The Irish have won the last 6 meetings. First quarter, Jackson Compton rolling to his right. Joshua Peak chased him down for the sack. Cardinals getting after it tonight. But Lafayette's defense comes up big too in the first quarter. Ball loose on the ground. Irish recover. Keep the Cardinals out of the end zone. Ensuing Lafayette drive. No score. Compton to his receiver, but Adrian Bird with the stick and the hit. Gets it there later in the first quarter. Cardinals driving. Jackson Rich trying to get something going for the Cardinals. Drops back, looking deep, gets out of a tackle. Throws it down the field to Jackson Kanatsky inside the 2-yard line. Next play, they give it to the running back. The hard-nosed bruiser in the backfield. Bishop Rush in for the score. And for the first time since 2015, the Cardinals defeating Lafayette 44-13. Benton is 2-1 to start the season. The Irish fall to 0-3.
Chillicothe making the trip up to Maryville tonight. Maryville already up 15-8 at this point, and they have the possession of the ball. Quarterback Derek Quinlan drops back, finds Caden Stockland, and he goes down at the 45. Good play there for Maryville, and then Quinlan again. This time sees Wyatt Gardner. He has it, gets it down, gets wrapped up by 2-3 Hornets right there. Nice tackling. But Chillicothe quarterback Griff Bonderer now runs, gets it to Max Wagers. It looks good there. Nice throw, nice catch. Now Quinlan hands off to Cooper Lowe. He makes it through, and it's a touchdown for the Spoofhounds. Maryville leads 21-8 before the half, and the Spoofhounds keep the momentum and go on to win 45-14, and Maryville improves to 2-1 on the season. Some other MEC games, Cameron taking on St. Pius. St. Pius wins that one 45-6. And Savannah away at Kirksville. This one ending in a shutout win for Savannah 29-0.
Over at Noyesville, Central and Raytown meeting tonight. Central trying to move to 3-0, down 22-13 the second. Gabe Fields hard runner to bring down, shakes off defenders, spins through some of them too. Just keeps moving the football. It goes through Gabe Fields. Another one. Cuts it back. Gets out of 1 defender, 2 defenders. It takes a group of Raytown defenders to bring him down. They can't put points on the board on this drive, in part because of plays like this. Pocket collapses, so well off for sack. And now, time winding down the half. Raytown trying to extend the lead from 22-13, trying to get another possession, another points on the board. They're able to move the football down the field, able to find a couple of quick hits to the outside, gets down inside the 10-yard line. Now, after a few penalties and just seconds left, last play of the quarter, key to the back of the end zone. McCobian Rody with one hand breaks it up, gets the INT touchback. That's the end of the first half. Raytown, though, stops Central a 2-point conversion. It's a wild one tonight. Final seconds of the game. Raytown escapes with a 58-56 victory.
Don't go anywhere because we are just getting started here on Football Tonight, because later we take a look at the St. Joe Christian Lions, an 8-man looking for their win of the season.
And the Mid Buchanan Dragons trying to defend their home field. Can they start 3-0? Find out when we return. Go ahead and talk.
Hello.
Yeah. Say mic check one.
Mic check. Mic check. I was gonna do
15
this.
seconds.
Okay. It will be hot the entire time.
Yep.
Welcome back. We go down to Fawcett. The Dragons taking on West Platte Blue Jays. First drive of this one, Dalton Woodard gets the handoff, bounces off multiple Dragons, and gets the first down to move the chains, but Mid-Buck holds them scoreless there, and it doesn't take long for the Dragons to score. Clancy Woodward gets to the outside, one man to beat. He could go all the way. Touchdown, Dragons. Now West Platte trying to answer. Kane Kogan drops back and fires Cohen Kite, rises up, snags it. First down, Blue Jays, but Dragons defense not allowing anything else. They get the big stop on fourth down, turnover on downs, and the offense goes right back to work. Xavier Arambula with QB keeper, and the Dragons increase their lead. And Mid-Buck goes on to win this one 42-0, and the Dragons now start the season 3-0.
And joining us now on set is the head coach of the Mid Buchanan Dragons, Aaron Fritz. Coach, congrats on the win, going to 3-0 on the year. Just kind of seemed like from start to finish, you guys were able to control the tempo tonight.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job. We were able to come out right away, score on the first possession. We stopped them on their first possession and kind of got rolling after that, and up 28-0 into halftime, and then we were able to kind of keep that shutout in the second half and did a good job of getting our young guys in tonight. So I was really proud of our kids.
And last year we saw you guys air it out a lot, and early today you guys ran the ball very well. So could you just talk on Xavier and the rest of the team?
Yeah, I mean, Xavier and Clancy run hard and do a lot of good things. But I'll tell you what, our guys up front did a nice job tonight. And I think our guys that run the ball will tell you the same thing. Our guys up front play really hard for not being a very big group. So I'm proud of our kids, and I know that they're all blocking for each other.
You guys are starting out 3-0 in this season, and we talked about in the preseason, you had to replace a lot of guys from last year too. What's kind of kept this group going here to get off to the start like they have been at this point?
You know, I think our kids are starting to buy into the, I've got to do my job. I'm not going to try to do too much. And I felt like we were trying to do that week 1 and week 2. We were trying to kind of step up, see if we could do somebody else's job. And I thought tonight we did a really good job of playing our game, not trying to do too much. And just the way our kids are kind of treating each other, and you can tell they love each other. And we make our kids tell each other they love them. And I feel like you're starting to see that show up a little bit more now.
Yeah, and I just saying that your team loves each other, and seeing before the game there was a couple of players embracing each other before, giving kind of like a pep talk one-on-one. So could you just talk about a little bit more about that relationship with these players?
You know, we in practice a lot with love a teammate up, and you got to find one teammate that maybe you don't talk to as much and tell them you love them. And you just don't want people to be uncomfortable to say I love you, because you never know what's going to happen. And when we've dealt with some unfortunate things this year, and you just want to make sure that your teammates know you love them and your family knows you love them. So we really try to push to our kids, don't be afraid to tell your family and your friends you love them.
Kind of looking at what you guys have been able to do, not just this year, but the last several years in the regular season, going back to, I believe, 2019. You guys haven't lost a regular season game since, what was it, week 2, week 3 of 2019, somewhere in there? What's made this group, I mean, it's been a few groups now to get to this point to where you've had the success and you guys have made postseason runs year in and year out, because a lot of teams, a lot of programs are trying to make 1 or 2 of those in a row. You guys have been able to string together 3 at this point so far.
You know, I mean, we have great kids, and our staff works very hard. I'm always proud of everybody that's a part of the football program. I mean, you still want to win the ultimate game, and we have not been able to do that yet, so I'm hoping that's something we can pull off at some point. But I am very proud of our kids. They work hard. We ask them to do a lot. They do a lot of extra, and I feel like you see the results of that paying off, so I'm very proud of our kids.
And you saying you want to win that big one, and after watching today, I mean, you guys held a shutout, so just talk about your defense and the ability to keep teams scoreless.
You know, something that I was proud of tonight is we didn't start out real well. They were kind of moving the ball, and I think they held the ball for the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game. And we made an adjustment on the fly. And with as much inexperience as we have, like Chris mentioned, we've had to replace a lot of guys. It's been really good to see our kids keep getting better each week. And I thought they did a good job tonight of taking that adjustment and running with it and making us better during the game. So that was probably the most proud I was tonight, was we showed that we're growing a little bit.
Toughest question I'll ask you. We ask kind of everybody. If you had to pick one person between Mitchell and I to start an 8-man football team with, who is it?
Well, he's healthy right now, so I'm taking Mitchell.
That's all I need.
That's
all I need.
Okay, if it was a regular day, not, you know.
It is a regular day.
I saw you play basketball that night, brother. It's, no.
Okay, whatever. Maybe you can. Head football coach Aaron Fritz, congrats on the win, and thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, let's keep moving things along. Packed house down in Gower, East Buchanan. The crowd certainly went wild as the Bulldogs opened things up. 70-yard return to the house. The Bulldogs setting the tone early with the early score, 7-0 East Buchanan on North Platte. Bulldogs going to get done on both sides of the football early and often, not really allowing a first down in the first quarter, and after a quick 3-and-out, they get it back, and junior Trevor Klein would take a punt back to the 30-yard line. The Bulldogs wasted no time getting a passing touchdown against Busby. Passes senior Adam Stephen Ingles, and he would cruise into the end zone to put the Bulldogs at 2 scores. The kids love it. The Bulldogs take care of business tonight. They will defeat North Platte 55-12.
And over in Plattsburgh, Tigers taking on Lathrop. It was all Lathrop up until the second quarter, but Plattsburgh not going down without a fight. A big interception on the goal line by the Tigers, give them momentum. That would set up a big run by Plattsburgh. However, that drive would end up not being anything, as Lathrop would take over after punt and would set up for easy 5-yard touchdown. Tigers down 25, little time to go in the half, and would turn the ball back over to Lathrop on an interception in their own territory. And the Tigers holding their ground after a huge stop on 3rd down. However, Lathrop finds the end zone once again and get the win in this one. This game, all Lathrop winning 44-6. Heading out to Alumni Field in Hamilton, the Lawson Cardinals up early after returning the opening kickoff of the game against Hamilton later in the first quarter. Hamilton's quarterback Titus McBee takes a snap, avoids the defense, makes the throw, but it is picked off by Lawson's Ryan Rock. Lawson unable to capitalize on that interception. Now we go into the second quarter. Hornets within 5 yards of the end zone. McBee hands off to Clay Finch to tie it up at 7. The Cardinals come right back with their next possession, though, because they don't let anything happen, as quarterback Mason Wibbenmeyer steps back from the 38-yard line and throws deep to Caden Miller for a big passing touchdown, and Lawson goes on to win this one 32-21.
Hellerton Grand River Conference scores from around the area. Trenton taking on Princeton. The Bulldogs winning 42-6. Maysville getting the win on the road against Polo by a final score of 30-6.
Other GRC games across the area, Putnam County taking on Milan. Putnam County wins a close one, 21-18, and Gallatin against South Harrison. Gallatin wins 46-6. And when we return to football tonight, we head into 8-man.
And you love 8-man football.
I do, including taking a look at a top 10 matchup with the Bishop LeBlanc Golden Eagles and Worth County Tigers.
And the St. Joe Christian Lions aiming for their first win of the season. More highlights coming up next on Football Tonight.
Welcome back to Football Tonight. Now we kind of go into arguably my favorite.
You can't even
part.
hide the smile at this point.
You know, I just have a love for 8-man football.
You played it. You were
did.
the all-star running back.
Sure.
No?
No? A little off, but
I played
all right.
center.
Yeah, all-star center.
All right, anyway, St. Joe Christian trying to get their first win of the season tonight, hosting the Santa Fe Chiefs. Lions start with the football. Cy Carlson goes in motion. Jacob Claybaugh fires a quick pass to Carlson. He brushes off a tackle. He gets into the end zone. The Lions go up 8-0 with a 2-point conversion. SJC back with the ball after forcing a turnover on downs. Claybaugh drops back, lobs it in the air down the field, but it's picked off by Cole Hostetter. He gets to the end zone with a touchdown, brought back on a penalty. The Chiefs still power down the field. Bryce Hostetter gets into the end zone on a short run, game tied at 8. Less than a minute into the first, Claybaugh hands it off to Carlson, and he's got some running room down the field, finds the end zone once again, back and forth early. Lions up 16-8. Carlson having a great night already in this one. For the Chiefs, not done yet. A lot of time left in this one. Dale Strathman deep to return on the ensuing kickoff, and he turns on the Jets. Shakes off one tackle, and he is going to find some daylight, and he is gone. Game tied at 16 at the end of the first quarter, and Santa Fe goes on to win this one. High-scoring ball game, 70-58.
Over in DeKalb, the Tigers taking on Southwest Livingston. We pick up in the second, Tigers trailing, but that changes quickly after the handoff to Xander Matson, who breaks free, uses the stiff arm and gets free and is off to the races. Tigers take the lead there. Now Will Hughes drops back, but Lathan Goddard forces the pressure and gets the sack for DeKalb. DeKalb knocking on the door again, but this time the Wildcats there for the stop. Fourth down stop on the goal line. Refs call a face mask on the offense first there, so a goal line stand for Southwest Livingston. Now before halftime, one last chance for the Wildcats. Draws back to pass, but Chris Weinman there for the breakup, almost with the pick, but a PBU just as good. And DeKalb goes on to win this one. Tigers get their first win of the season, 22-20. And other 8-man scores, Platte Valley beating Nottoway Valley 52-0. And no final score there at Stewartsville Osborne, but Rockport was up late in that one.
8-man football in Mound City tonight. The Panthers hosting Albany. Albany trying to go to 3-0 on the year. 2 minutes into the first, 8-0 score already. Warriors, here's why. Kipper Klein doesn't like what he sees. Takes it himself in for the score. Touchdown Albany. Mound City looking to answer back, but can't get anything going against this Warrior defense. Offense, ball back in the hands of Albany. A good drive into work. Klein has a man deep on this one, trying to get into the end zone. And Klein's pass gets tipped up in the air, and it's going to be picked off by the Panthers, but it's all good for Albany. They go on to win this one today, 60-0. They are now 3-0 on the season.
Now a chess match going on at South Holt. 14-8 South Holt to start the second quarter. Defense on fire in this one. Neither team really allowing their respective offenses to get going. A good tackle there by South Holt. And then South Holt trying on offense, but a pack of Wolves there to bring down the QB. And then check this out. Fourth down, Knights elect to punt on their own 10, and it gets blocked. And that leads to Blake Simmons sneak to put the Wolves up 16-14. South Holt trying to answer with a possession of their own when a Kendall Nolan pass gets tipped, intercepted, and it is taken to the house. A nice one-hand grab there. Chris can't do that. And East Atchison goes on to win this one 46-20.
Find that kind of to be rude, but we still have plenty more to go, so don't go anywhere, because when we return, we take a look at a showdown in Stanberry with the Bulldogs and the King City Wildcats.
And another top 10 showdown with Bishop, LeBron, and Worth County going head-to-head. Highlights and more coming up next. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Mitchell Riverall, Chris Roush. We have just a few more games to get to tonight, and you know it's in the land of 8-man football.
I'm just kind of still perturbed that you said I couldn't make a one-handed interception.
Oh,
Not that I ever did, but it's a thought that counts, I guess. Did you ever have one?
Yeah.
You had a one-handed interception.
Yeah.
What's
And
fine?
the cameras were off, though.
Oh,
so,
sure
yeah.
they were. But the cameras weren't off up in Worth County tonight. LeBlanc traveling to face the Tigers. Top 10 showdown. Second play of the game, Tigers strike. A long run from senior Levi Casavaw. Bounces outside, and he's gone. 6-0 Tigers early in this one. Golden Eagles turn, trying to move the football. They're moving it down the field. Landon Gardner finds Jake Carell over the middle for the reception. Gets down into Tigers territory. Then with the legs, Carson Staggs bounces off a guy in the backfield. Bursts for a huge gain down the sideline. The Golden Eagles drive stalls there after some penalties. Coach Davis keeping the boys locked in. Later, Tigers up 14-0 now. Casavaw strikes for another good run up the middle, setting up this touchdown play just a little bit later by quarterback Tyler New. Worth